Bring on 2024. I think next year is going to be a great year for some new book releases that I can't wait for. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. You're with Chris, and today I'll be sharing with you my most anticipated new book releases for 2024. I think it's going to be a great year, and I'm looking forward to some of these, let me tell you. But without further ado, let's get right into it with one of the most anticipated books I'm expecting, and that is You Like It Darker by Stephen King. This one's due to be released on the 21st of May. It is another collection that he's releasing. Haven't seen a collection since 2019's If It Bleeds. What I'm most looking forward to about this one is a story contained within called Rattlesnakes, which is a sequel to Cujo. Can't wait to see what that's all about, and there's a couple of other ones here as well, which I haven't got the synopsis for these ones, but there's one called Two Talented Bastards, Danny Coughlin's Bad Dream, The Dreamers, and The Answer Man. And I think details are fairly sparse about the rest of the stories in the book, but I always enjoy a new Stephen King collection, and it should be a ripper of a read. It will be a day one read for me. As soon as the book's released, I'll be pre-ordering it as well, and as soon as it arrives in the post, I'll be cracking that bad boy open. The next book I'm looking forward to is Tom Clancy's Act of Defiance by Andrews and Wilson, due to be released on the 21st of May. Andrews and Wilson are the latest series contributors that have been put on. Mark Cameron has finished up with the series, which is quite sad. He wrote the last book, Command and Control, and I think as the series goes on, new blood isn't a bad thing, and particularly Andrews and Wilson are the co-writers of the Tier 1 military thriller series, which I haven't read that yet, but I plan on doing that very, very soon. And I'm not sure who else is slated to jump on board as well. I think they've got another writer as well that'll be contributing to the series, so it's going to be interesting to see how the series continues. But I'll go through what this one is about just straight off the cover. US intelligence says there's something going on in Russia. While their land forces have been decimated by corruption and incompetence, the Navy seems to be pouring money into some secret project. Analysts are stumped until the knot is untangled by one particularly bright young woman at the Office of Naval Intelligence, Katie Ryan, the youngest daughter of President Jack Ryan. Like her father, she sees patterns where others don't, and she's determined that the Russians are about to launch a super missile submarine, the Belgorod. Now the race is on to determine where the sub is and whether it poses a threat to the continental US. So interesting, sounds really, really good. Just something that's a little bit off as well, and I read someone's take on this as well recently, that Jack Ryan is still the president and Katie Ryan is all grown up now. A presidential term is 8 years technically, right? And when President Ryan becomes president earlier in the series, I think Katie Ryan is only a bubby, and it seems to be a little bit inconsistent with the timeline there, because what this chap said was that Katie Ryan shouldn't be this age when President Ryan is still president, so it's a little bit unrealistic there, but we'll see how the book goes. It's not going to put me off the book, but someone raised a valid point that President Ryan should retire soon. Now, as much as it pains me to see President Ryan go, I don't want to see him go, but you know, over the next couple of books, maybe he needs to exit. I'm not sure. It's a pretty big thing, because President Ryan, like Jack Ryan, has been in the series since day one. So it's a little bit of a difficult decision, and we're just going to have to see what happens. But looking forward to the book. Again, it's a day one read for me. I'll pre-order it. I'll read it as soon as it comes into the post. Alright, the next one I'm really excited about is the next Jack Reacher book. Now, the latest book only came out in October, but already it looks like we have a title, and it's called In Too Deep, and this is the book where Andrew Child is going out on his own to continue the Jack Reacher series, which I'm excited about. There is a lot of debate about whether he has the skill to continue the series in the manner it deserves. I have debated this on the channel with a couple of videos coming to Andrew's defense, because my classic argument here is people are expecting Reacher to be written the exact same way that Lee did it, and it's just not going to happen, because a writer's voice is like a fingerprint. It's never going to be the same. The fans have to accept that. And I mentioned in my video to the readership, what do you want? Do you want no Jack Reacher at all? Do you want Lee Child to just hang up his gloves and there be no more Reacher books? Or do you want to read Jack Reacher and continue to enjoy the character as you have for the last few decades? I have a lot of faith in Andrew Child that he will deliver, and yeah, it's going to be really, really good to experience a book that he's written himself. And you know, it's a big moment in the series, and we'll just see how it pans out, but I've got some faith there. But we have a brief little tagline here, or just a little snippet. We don't know anything about the plot yet, nor do we have any info on the covers. Normally, historically, the covers are generally revealed earlier in the first third of the year. So on this channel, I'll be revealing those as soon as I get them. But this says, Reacher had no idea where he was, no idea how he had got there, but someone must have brought him and shackled him, and whoever had done those things was going to rue the day. So here's a handy tip for you. If you capture Jack Reacher and manage to shackle him like it's indicated here, I hope you like living, because if he gets out of those shackles and he knows who did it to him, he won't stop. He'll come after you and he will kill you. So it's interesting. It evokes a lot of questions, and October next year is a long way away, and it's a long wait. So I'll have to just be satisfied with filling that void with other good books, won't I? The next book is called The Dream Home by T.M. Logan. This is due to come out at the end of Feb. I love all of T.M. Logan's books. Tim is a lovely guy. I've had him on the channel for a chat, and he's just so down to earth and humble, and very, very friendly. And he hasn't written a bad book in my opinion. I've read all of them and he hasn't missed the mark once. So he's one of those authors that has really cemented himself in the genre. Every book is better. He is comfortable with his writing voice now. He's got a very, very good writing voice, and he keeps you guessing right until the end. Now this one involves a family moving into a house, and there's a secret room where there are some belongings that are found there, which sets in motion some dangerous events. Other than that, I don't know too much about it, but the end of February isn't too far away, so I'll be looking forward to that. Again, I'll be pre-ordering it unless I get up off my bum and message Tim and see if he is willing to send me a digital copy or an advanced reading copy. We'll see, but I'll definitely be reaching out to him in the next week or so to see if that will happen. Okay, the next one is called The Death Watcher by Chris Carter. This is the 13th book in the Detective Robert Hunter series, due to come out on the 6th of June. There are no plot details, unfortunately, but I have enjoyed this series a lot, and I really, really enjoy the character, and how he goes about solving the crimes is just fantastic. And the heinous crimes that are investigated will blow you away, and will make you feel sick at times. The next one I've got is Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. Now there's no plot details about this one as well, but given that I read recently My Best Friend's Exorcism, I was so impressed with the book that I wanted to seek out more of his work, and I will be. The next one up is called Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, due to be released on the 18th of June. This one is about two friends who camp in the backyard, and one of them goes missing and is never found again, and we fast forward 30 years later, where Billy, I think his name is, goes back to his hometown and begins an investigation into Billy's disappearance, and I think he sees signs of Billy's presence everywhere, which there could be a supernatural element to it, I'm not sure, but having read Home Before Dark recently, I really liked that one as well, and I will be reading more of Riley's work, and I thought this one would be a good one to sink my teeth into. I really like the cover that's only just been revealed, and looks pretty good to me, so can't wait for that one. Okay, 2 more to go, and then with these 2, I'm looking forward to them, but not as much as the other ones, because I've become a little bit jaded with these 2 series, but let me explain that in a moment. But the first one is called Private Monaco by James Patterson, co-written with Adam Hamdy. Now, the previous private book called Private Rome that came out earlier this year, it was actually shit, and I've been outspoken in my review of it, telling people it is shit. You know, this is the Jack Morgan series. He's a private investigator, and he runs various firms of private across the globe. The problem with this series, to me, is that there are too many locations now. I think Jack Morgan spreads himself very thin. It's gone from the stories earlier in the series where it revolves around events happening in LA. It also has moved away from a very important plot point involving his twin brother. I haven't seen another altercation between them for the last 4 or 5 books, maybe even more. I think the stakes weren't that high in Private Rome, and this one, I don't even know what Private Monaco is about. There's no plot details yet, but you know, I'm not that interested, to be honest, because the last book disappointed me greatly, and my take on this is when the next book comes out, Private Monaco, I'm going to read it, but I'm not going to race to it on release day, because you know, I'm a little bit apprehensive that the book won't be any good, and I think the series has taken a downturn. And if I can tell you, if Private Monaco isn't good, I may not continue with the series. It's as simple as that, because I don't have time to waste on the quality of a series I've been enjoying going into decline. I've got too many more books to read and look forward to than wasting time on it. So there you go. I think with James Patterson these days, it's all about quantity over quality. So we'll see how this one goes. The other one that I'm kind of looking forward to, but not chomping at the bit for, is the next Detective Michael Bennett book called Crosshairs, and it's co-written by James O. Bourne. Now, the last book, again, this series has been one of my favourites of all time, and the last book just didn't impress. Michael Bennett wasn't in that great a danger. The marketing of the book was misleading because it hinted that someone close to Michael Bennett might get kidnapped. It hinted that the daughter, his eldest daughter, may have been kidnapped, but it didn't even come close to that. It was just other girls around her age that were being murdered, and you know, there weren't many twists in it. He got a jab in the neck from the main antagonist and was put out of action for a couple of days. He procrastinated about talking to some bullies that were harassing 2 of his sons. It just wasn't exciting, and it's disappointing because the Michael Bennett series, early in the series, he nearly dies and there are really high stakes, and a couple of the books actually made me emotional for the character, but this one, it just didn't resonate at all. So I'll read it, and again, as with Private Monaco, if it's not any good, I may not continue with the series because I just don't have time for it. To be disappointed, I've got too many more books to read. So that is my rant, and those are the books that I'm looking forward to in 2024. I'm sure there are more that are going to pop up on my radar, but those are the main ones at the moment. But there you go. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what books you're looking forward to next year, and I'd be interested to see what they are. But yeah, until the next video, happy reading.